guys, George here, Sideways Toast. This is a brand new channel of mine. I do have another YouTube channel that I work on, but I really do enjoy Forza Motorsport. Just video games, and not really, just pretty much cars in them. I don't really like any other types of games besides driving games. I like these games because I can't actually drive a car in real life. This is the closest thing I can get. So I'm doing this brand new thing. It's called drifting stock. So basically what I'll be doing is taking stock cars, mostly rear-wheel drive. If you guys do want me to do an all-wheel drive, or I see one that I do want to do, I might do it. But mostly rear-wheel drive cars, and I'm running right now on the Silverstone National Circuit, just the Formula Drift section of it, which is if you spin around right before the start line, or right after the start line, and you go in the opposite direction, and you can see on the little mini map in the bottom left-hand corner where I am. So right now I'm in a BMW E92 M3. It has 414 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, and it weighs 3,700 pounds-ish. And it's a pretty heavy car for how much. It has a decent amount of power. When I'm driving it, it does have less torque than what you would expect from this motor. When you're driving it, you do notice that it is a little bit low on power. I mean, it's a very controlled car when you're driving it, but one of the things that I do notice is the fact that you're either banging the rev limiter in second gear, or you're just not sliding in third gear for this section. You will see me try and change into third gear for some of these sections, and it just won't let it happen. Because what will probably happen, you'll just get grip and you'll just fly off a track. Well, I bet some people could do it in third gear, but I'm not one of those people. So pretty much what this is me going back and forth. You will probably see me crash a lot. This is me just going back and forth across this section, and I am driving this car, seeing what I think about it. So my overall feelings are about the just for right now, for this part, the gearing. Yeah, I went off there. The gearing, you can see I did crash. I edit that out so you guys didn't. Yeah. So I noticed the gearing is it's not the gearing's not perfect for drifting. I know it's not geared for that because I think it would be fine maybe if it had more power, but it doesn't have enough power. It's good. It's a good drift car. I was actually surprised how good it was just stock. Just because you were just banging the rev limiter, it didn't give you as much control as you would like, so you're pretty much flooring it through the corner. See, I changed in the third. This corner's a little bit longer, but it's harder to control. You don't have as much control like over speed. You're pretty much going as fast as you can through the corner. That's one downside to it. But if I were to actually make this into a drift car, I prefer my drift cars not to be as powerful. I like the lower powered cars because the higher powered cars, I just keep spinning out in them because I can control them if I'm feeling. Oh, I just usually am not patient enough, and I just floor it and I'll just crash immediately. So, I do like the lower powered cars. This car, I think it would be a decent drift car, a lower powered car if you were to do, if you did the weight reduction and what else? Different gearing would definitely be helpful. And if you want, you'd probably get away way more power. But I prefer lower powered cars. Usually when you are drifting, you want more torque, and this only has, I think I said, about 300 pound-feet, which is a decent amount, but yeah, it's not. It it. I think that actually this current gearing would work if it had more power, but keep in mind it doesn't have that more power, so no. So it is. You'll notice I am getting some pretty good. I'm not the best drifter. I'm probably not taking the right lines, but I think I am doing pretty well through some of these corners. Yeah, that was perfect. Nice little spin there. So when I am driving, I notice about gearing. Yes, it actually does not spin much. Like, I was pushing it pretty hard in some of the corners. You'll see I'm actually getting some decent angle at the beginning, and then I'm coming into a little bit more control. But it doesn't. I'm surprised actually about how much control it had through the corners, and for just being a stock car. And it has, I think, 52-48 weight distribution. Like you see, I came in that corner in third gear, and I went a little bit wide on the line. If you do have suggestions for what now, yeah, see, I just lost it there. But see, I tried to change in the third here, and it just didn't work. So I'm back to second. But I think I'm pretty sure I'm probably wrong. I usually take about the same line for drifting as I would if I was just doing normal circuit racing or just driving a car around the track. I pretty much take the same line. I try not to do like sometimes I do weird lines and I just can't. They don't feel very natural. But overall, this car I was actually astounded about how good it was. Just completely stock bone stock, no modifications at all. Drifting. See, you see, I'm getting some decent angle. I imagine if I were to go into a drift lobby. Well, I'm not best drifter. I'm trying to get better. If I did go into a drift lobby online, uh, I think it wouldn't be that bad. It's probably better than actually some of my drift. Yeah. Sometimes you do get a little bit carried away if you want to see what the max or what it really can do, but sometimes it's just best to leave it be. So it is. I think actually, see, I'm doing this little brake stand there. I this this car actually I was actually surprised how bad the brakes were. Or maybe it just has I think it just doesn't have very good brakes, and it is it's like I was flooring it on the gas and full on the brake right there, and it actually was just going, which I was actually surprised about. Most cars, it actually will just stop. This car actually kept going, which I was kind of surprised about. I imagine it's because the brakes just aren't that good. And it does actually have a lot of power. 400 plus horsepower. It was pretty good. And keep in mind, this was on stock tires, which did help for the sliding. I prefer to have my cars grip the track a little bit more. So when I do build my drift cars, I tend to throw the sport tires on, not the street tires, just for my personal preference. Because you notice I do crash a lot, and I feel, and then I give it a little bit more power. When I do want more power, that's what I'll do, because I feel it lets me control it a lot more than what I normally would do, or well, normally like street tires with like 800 horsepower. Just I can't handle that. I really never build that high horsepower cars. If you didn't like watching this video, I would like it if you could give this little video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to be doing tons of these Forza Motorsport drifting stock videos. As I said before, I do mostly rear-wheel drive cars. If you guys want any all-wheel drive cars, or I'll probably just do them, just let me know. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future uploads.